All right, we're rejoining you guys as you guys have been talking for a good portion of the night with your sister and this acquaintance of Sky Wars about plans of how to kind of overtake the ship. To discuss so many different things, and honestly, I don't want to try to rehash it and mess it up and mess with your already outlined plan, which I assume you guys still have.
Yep.
But you guys have made plans on how to take over or take at least bring the fight to Karai and her leaders as you distract them and convince them that you guys are out on the ground in Agrabah or at the Cave of Wonders, trying to infiltrate and get the one of the relics. You guys are still. Oh, sorry. Skybor sent his hawk around the fortress to see if he could scope anything out on the upper levels where Karai and a lot of her leadership resides. And you guys learn that your guards of your ship have also been captured, and but they kind of let loose that you guys had already gone down to Cave of Wonders in efforts to try to cover up your assault on the fortress. Uh, I don't know if I said this in the last session, but Skyward and Callie, you would have also have learned that you see quite a few skyships on the top deck as you were flying overboard and heading to this place, this kind of black and steel aviary where Karai is. Um, you would have seen that your ship was on the top deck, and your group would have also noticed that it didn't look like it has been touched much. None of the kind of the repairs, the things that you guys did to it to customize it and prep it for the ruse, has gone largely unbothered. Uh, so maybe they just haven't got to it yet, but it seems disturbed or undisturbed besides being moved here. Um, and you guys, the rest of you, I believe it was Cronus, Lorna, and Salim. I believe you guys were going to the middle deck to start trying to hide weapons and
Mm-hmm.
start setting up some of your bombs.
Yuppers.
So let's pick up back with you guys. Are you guys sticking together, splitting up? How are you guys wanting to go about your business?
I think splitting up to get the items would be good, and then staying in relative close contact when we're handing out or stowing the weapons.
Sure. All right. Well, you guys scout around. I guess y'all are kind of splitting up then. Uh, or are you
Ish.
going? Or are you going together to get the weapons and stuff?
My only thought is if there's three people that just take out a fuck ton of weapons and then. Oh, wait, we have a bag of holding.
You
I'm
too.
not awake. We have two, because Cronus has one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're just gonna go in together, I guess.
Okay. It doesn't take you much searching to figure out where, especially with you kind of roaming the middle level earlier today. You guys have got a pretty good bearings on where everything is. You know that you could probably get to a few of the workshops. Probably less guard duty, less people paying attention to it. And there's things like hammers and other kind of working tools that you could use to kind of plant around the place for them to use as crude weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that there's some blacksmithing and shops where they're crafting newly crafted blades and stuff. May not have the volume of the weapons you want, but it may not be as supervised as some of the armories on this floor that you could also look into. Armories are going to probably have some guards and some kind of interaction to check out weapons or of large volume of weapons, I guess. Um, so those are some of your options where you go look to find those things. What would you guys like to do?
Uh,
Uh,
go ahead.
I say we do the workshops first.
Yeah. That makes sense.
The workshops.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. You guys are making it through the streets, and again, you've successfully established that you guys are part of the Ashi through earlier interactions and what you're wearing now. You're not getting too much attention. As you go through the workshops, I will need you guys to give me a stealth check, each of you.
I will note, because I did
Mhm.
put this down in the notes. Lorna's going to use the Hat of Disguise to disguise at least her hair.
Okay. What color hair is Lorna rocking today?
She's rocking some. Oh god. She's going blonde.
All right. Curly
Yep.
blonde? Same,
Curly blonde.
same girth and flow and length?
Maybe less hair. Just a little bit less. Oh, and this requires attunement, so I will figure that out.
The Hat of Disguise does?
Yes.
How long do you need for that? Just a short rest?
Yeah.
I'll say that you just did that during your short rest in preparation for your plans. So Cronus, you see your partner's hair just completely shift and change. What do you think?
I don't like it.
I know, it's like, I can see better though. Like, it's not in my face as much. It's weird. Maybe I'll get it cut like this afterwards. Who knows?
Alright. Well, if all three of you are going to the workshops, go ahead and give me stealth checks, Cronus and Lorna as well.
Knowing that we're gonna be sneaking around, I'll cast Pass Without Trace as well.
Okay.
And we
Go
also
ahead.
have the exhaustion off, because it was a 3-hour exhaustion.
Yeah, I would say you're about at that now. So you're good for now.
Sorry,
Okay.
that should have been normal, but 5, so 15.
Okay.
What the hell is it? There it is. 35.
Damn.
Okay.
31, 35, 15.
Yeah. Lorna, you know, you're making a few noises with the weapons as you're kind of bundling them all, making them clang. Sleem and Cronus's bundles don't seem to shake and rattle as much as yours. They're a little bit more tightly packed and fitted. But you guys don't just cause enough ruckus to draw any attention from any of the guards roaming these areas. You guys successfully make several bundles here. You can take them with you, and for the amount of weapons, you would probably be able to arm some of the prisoners with about 80 to 100 prisoners, probably, with the crude weapons that you've just uncovered here. Mostly hammers and ball pens and things like that.
It's a good start.
All right. As you guys are distributing those around the ship, that will probably take another hour to kind of completely do that. Or are you guys going to the next spot to get more stuff? Are you going to go collect the rest of it and then distribute it at the very end? Or how are you guys going to do this?
I feel like getting some out now, in case we do get caught, is better than not having any at all.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Salim?
Sounds good. And we
Ed-
should be close, but not close enough that it looks like we're traveling together. So we're within
Correct.
10, 15 feet of each other.
Okay.
Also, while they're doing this, at any point do they cross near me to where I see them?
No, you guys are on the lower deck. You and Skybor. Are you guys having earrings of whispers though, or did they take both of those? I can't
No, the two
remember.
people wearing them are all with Lorna.
Oh shit!
No.
So, go ahead.
The earring, Salim has. No, Skybor has one. And we gave the other earring to.
Lorna's sister.
No,
Or,
the druid chick.
Yep.
That's not useful.
It's all right. But no, they're not passing by your vision right now. They've been up there roaming around for probably 2 hours at this point, though. You are
Oh.
welcome, Callie and Skyward, if you guys want to go up to the middle deck and help or see how they're doing.
Are we passing by the Hawk's vision? Is the Hawk still flying around?
Yeah,
don't think
the
y'all are
Hawk's
that
still
high.
flying, I
Yeah.
guess.
Will
Probably.
go
he
ahead.
see us?
Oh wait, it's only an hour. But yeah, I'll save at the tail end of the hour. He's definitely gonna see you guys walking around. But you can't really well, I guess you guys would have to call him down probably to have him come investigate you guys. What are you guys thinking?
I mean, I don't necessarily know that we wouldn't, realize it's him.
Right, and I don't know if you guys would be inherently looking for the or the hawk either.
No, I mean, at least Lorna's focused on getting the weapons out.
I mean, anyway, if this takes 2 hours, I think at some point we at least try and find you to tell you what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and do a survival check for me, Callie. We'll see how long it takes for you to catch up with someone. from the
Can we
group.
say Skyward does it?
Skyward is going to the second level. Yeah, he can do it.
I mean, we're together. Why would we go separately?
Sure.
Cronus, can you roll that for Skyward?
Does anybody else have those scouting glasses things?
Yes.
I have a pair, and
I
you
think-
can send messages with them.
Let me just see what they do, because I forget.
Don't think I ever took it, and the only reason I have to say I didn't take it was aesthetics.
I mean, yeah. What's the limit on those?
So it's the
On-
same as a sending spell, whatever sending spell is.
But, quantity.
Oh, Jesus.
No, you can send it as many times as you want.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus
Okay.
fuck.
To other people with the other
Oh.
piece.
What the
Ah,
Yes.
I was like,
Does
what the
Skybor
hell's
have
the
one?
limit?
I don't know who has them. I assume they're all in the bag of holding, which is with you.
No, I think we handed them out.
Yeah, I have
Just
a
how-
pair.
We got 3, I think.
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
I have one. You have one. Who has the third? It's gotta be him.
Sure.
Cronus, does Howard have the
I
scatter
am
goggles?
looking.
Okay.
I don't think he does.
I do not see them on there.
I think you guys offered him, and he's like, "No, I don't want them," or something. I don't know.
Bitch.
So anyway, we're both going upstairs.
But that's okay. Skyward rolled really well, and he has a keen eye for looking for things that just seem out of place. He does notice as you kind of make your ways around. He kind of notices that there's some bundles in different spots among the ship that just seem kind of out of place from earlier patrols. He's hoping that the prisoners might notice them themselves if they keep a keen eye open.
I did add a symbol to each place that we saved it.
Well, wait.
You-
If Flora has the other earring, Skyward can just tell her where we've seen the other bundles.
That's true. Okay, he will share that back to Leora. But you eventually, your group with that check and being able to kind of follow these trail of bundles. You guys are able to meet up with Lorna, Cronus, and Salim as they look to be making preparations to go into. Where did you guys want to go next? The armory or the smith shops, the blacksmiths?
We could try the armory first.
So,
You see them right outside the armory.
Yeah. Hey,
Huh? Oh.
good news.
Uh-huh.
plan. We are multiple steps into the plan already, and we didn't do shit.
Okay.
So basically, they already think we're down there.
Oh, fuck.
Our ship
Okay.
is also up there. They haven't gone into it, we don't think. And, our guards have been imprisoned and or questioned. So,
Great.
really, we should, like, keep them and promote them, because shit, they thought of that lie before we did.
Yeah. Fragment. Okay. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, really, we should stop breaking up into different groups when we have no way to communicate with each other.
Right. You should have this. And she's gonna pull out the last set of scouter goggles. Take it. Wear it when you need to.
Fine.
Just for now.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's a monocle, like, come on.
I know, it looks weird, but just, like, tuck it in a pocket until you need it. It's fine. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right. Anywho, plan. Okay. So we've got a set of, weapon stash. Obviously, I'm stage wave spraying all of this. We've got some weapons around. We're gonna go get more. I think right now, probably 80 to 100 people we could probably arm. But, the more that we deplete their resources, the better.
Especially the guys that we've seen other than us, do they carry around a lot of weapons or just like a weapon?
Who's that? I'm sorry.
To you.
The other guards?
Yeah.
No, I mean, they don't look like they're carrying packs of weapons around. They look
So
like
they don't
have-
really carry any weapons. Like,
They carry the
the
weapons
more-
like normal, like they carry their own katanas. A lot of them have like bags of powder. You'll see some that have like some satchels that you've associated with like little bomb pouches. They got their normal kind of gear on, but they don't carry gear for others.
They don't carry Lorna size gear, nor Lorna quantity gear.
yeah, the more shit you can steal, the better.
Yeah.
So who's going into this armory? It does have. You see some guards walking around, and there's activity in there. It's kind of it's kind of brightly lit with the torches that are inside of this place. Quite a few people in there. What would you guys like to do?
I'd say, the charismatic and sneaky ones should go in. I
Who
don't think all
volunteers
of us
to go
should.
inside?
Look at who are you looking at when you say
Who doesn't want to go inside or doesn't think they should go inside?
Lorna's looking at the shortest one and the tallest one.
Oh, good. Callie's like,
Do go inside or do not go inside?
No, I'll go inside.
Okay. Salim, you're
Even though
kind of getting
Yeah,
looked at
armor,
right now by Lorna as she's describing this idea or says this out loud. What do you do?
I'm going to go up to the guards and I'm going to say, I need to take a bunch of weapons up to load up on one of the ships that's heading down to the surface. Do you have something I can carry them in?
Well, hold up real quick. Who's going with Salim right now? Is that you? Besides you, Curtis, anybody else going?
Nope.
Okay.
No, because I thought he was going to be sneaky, and then I watched him walk up to a guard and just facepalm.
All right, Salim, go ahead and give me a deception check.
You faded out. Go ahead, what?
Give me a deception check, please. That's not
Oh,
good. Why am I fading out?
Oh, you started finding me.
He kind of looks at you oddly. He goes, "It's kind of a weird hour to get an order like that. I wasn't made aware of this." He kind of looks you up and down. He goes, "I guess go ahead. Go ahead and get what you need."
You
He
got a
kinda moves
cart or
around.
something I can carry them with? They're
Uh,
on a timetable. They're leaving in the morning. This is at nighttime, right? In the evening?
yeah, this is nighttime.
Yeah. They're getting ready to disembark in the morning, so I've got to have this shit up ready to go. Help
Hmm.
me out, man. You got a cart?
He'll nod and say, "Yeah, we got a cart for you to use." He'll actually ask you questions about what's going on. He's like, "What's the big orders for tomorrow?
Uh,
What we should get
that
prepared for?"
that big group, that Karuna or Karada or Karana, or whatever they're called, they're down in the Cave of Wonders, and we're setting up an ambush for them. So we need a bunch of guys. They're going to head down there and set up the ambush. We got to make sure everybody's well armed because these guys are supposed to be tough. Not as tough enough for us to handle, but we want to make sure we're all ready for them. So we're leaving off in the morning. Gonna head down there, set up the ambush, kick their butts, get all this stuff done.
As you're kind of going over this, he's kind of enlisted a few other guards to actually help start loading up the cart with different weapons, and he seems like he's kind of listening intently to what you're saying. He goes, "That's not good. Last time they thought the Karuta was down below, they sent a lot of us. That might mean some of us may not be able to stay in our cushy beds here upon this ship. I hope they don't pick me." And then some of the other guards kind of share that sentiment as they start loading your cart pretty full.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let them know that you guys helped me out with this stuff and that you do a good job here keeping track of this, of the arms and stuff. You do such a good job. They should keep you on down up here or down here taking care of this stuff. You know how they like efficiency.
You must be working with Captain Thorne too closely. And if that's true, you better get these up to where you said you're getting them to as quickly as possible.
All right. Well, I appreciate the help. Wish me luck. I'm going to be down there in the thick of it.
All right. Cronus was there too, so I imagine Cronus, they're loading up your cart too with the same bundles, and you guys are able to pull together a solid 100 weapons here that are finished in martial quality, ready for combat.
That's 80 in Cronus's cart, 20 in mine. Remember, I'm 4'4". He's 6'8" or something.
Right. No, so you guys get that. You start wheeling that around, and you discreetly meet back up with your group that's outside the armory. What would you all like to do? Start hiding these, or do you want to go to the blacksmiths next, or are you guys satisfied?
I whisper to everybody, take about 10 of these each, and move out and start hiding them.
Yeah.
Make sure you pick good places that won't be spotted.
I agree. I don't think we should get any more because, it's all
200's
over.
plenty.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll grab about 10 each and start hiding.
That's
All right.
Oh.
5 times 10. It'll take 2 trips.
All right. You guys get through the first trip, relatively uneventful. But go ahead and give me. Actually, I'm sorry. Before we say that, go ahead and give me stealth checks. Everyone that's doing this, and pass without trace is still going for how long, Cronus? It's an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
you're coming up on the tail
so
end of
close
that.
to Cronus because I need it.
Oh, come on! God fucking
Yeah. You guys stick so close to Cronus, so 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, you guys are doing okay. Not raising too many suspicions. You guys are able to kind of keep the eyes off you and find places where a lot of the workers are, doing their work during the day. And luckily, because there's no prisoners working at the moment, that the guard duty is not as heavy in places that you're trying to hide these things. As you guys go back for your second rounds of bundles to kind of distribute across the ship, you'll get about halfway through that, and you'll all hear a loud horn kind of echo across the ship. I imagine you all are kind of spread out disparately throughout the city, throughout the fortress, the second floor. And you start to hear some doors open, some guards coming out to investigate. You'll start to hear some kind of guards running in a formation, seemingly towards the area, the lower level entrance. Um, what would you guys like to do?
I feel like we should join so we don't get suspicious.
There's a chance they don't see us.
Exactly. Well, like now?
I mean, sure, let's go.
You start to see some more guards that just ran down there come back up the way they came, and you see that they're starting to tow prisoners behind them. At this point, you look up, you see that there's a huge spotlight shining on the balcony of the upper level decks that looms over the middle level, and you see a figure that Skywar's familiar here with because you saw her already. But you see kind of the appearance of Karai standing on the balcony looking down over the ledge. You start to see more and more prisoners kind of led up, all chained and shackled to one another, as it seems like this is some kind of procedure or process they go through. This is kind of or how things happen when the horn goes off. So they're all seem to be responding in formation. It's not long before the whole lower level is pretty tightly packed in. Do you guys try to find each other before too many more people show up?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me some survival checks each. Or go ahead, Lorna. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I think rather than finding the group, she's finding her sister and acting like guard on duty, making sure they're in formation.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So everyone, just go ahead and everyone give me survival checks real quick.
Why is mine at disadvantage? Oh, I still did.
You
It's
probably
23.
kept it.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Callie, what are you? Let's go down the list first. So, Callie, who are you looking for, or what are you trying to do as it seems to get more and more crowded?
Probably find Lorna or Cronus because there's no way I'm going to be able to see Salim, and she trusts Skybor to be able to find us.
Sure. Okay. What about you, Cronus? Or I'm sorry, who's Skymore looking for, Cronus? Actually, we'll just go ahead and do you both at this time, Cronus. Who are you both looking for?
I would say he's probably looking for Callie or Lorna.
Okay. What about yourself?
So real quick, this area, is there anything like high that I can get on top of?
Sure. I mean, you could climb on top of the roofs of the different various shops and stuff that are about.
I will go invisible and do that.
Sure. Okay. You're kind of. It's almost like a little like a town aboard this ship. It's size of this ship. So you're kind of climbing the roofs and invisible right now. You can see there's ramparts and other ramps and stairs that lead up the different sides of this level, some leading up to the upper level, and that's where like a lot of guards are on post, kind of surrounding you and looking over the crowd of prisoners and other guards. Anything else you wanted to do while you're up there?
I would just try to keep like an eye out for anybody in the group.
Okay, definitely. You're going to see Lorna making her way through the crowds. She's seemingly looking for someone. Same with Callie. What are you doing, Sleem? Who are you looking for?
I am going to hide somewhere in a small, dark space and use my goggles to contact Lorna and Callie and say where I'm at.
Okay.
And keep an eye out for the other ones. But I'm not moving anywhere looking for them specifically.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check. Okay.
So that's a 15
Oh, 15? Okay.
because I have
Rogue.
Gotcha. Yeah, that one ability. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah. You're able to kind of tuck yourself away, not too far away from one of the little places that you hid some weapons not too long ago. And you guys climb into that. I'm sorry, 1 second. Kids have not taken themselves to bed like we discussed. So I'll do that in just a few minutes. Anyways, what did you ask me, Salim? Or did you ask anything?
I said I
after
was
we-
going to hide in the shadows somewhere. I got a 15.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the goggles to send to the other two wearers, which is Lorna and Callie. I don't know if they're actually wearing them or not, but
Sure. Okay.
to tell them
Uh,
basically, I'm by the Starbucks in the corner and keep an eye out
Yeah,
for 'em.
she's begrudgingly wearing it.
Okay. Lorna, are you wearing it right now?
Yeah. Hearing that, she'd be like, okay, communication on.
Okay. So Lorna, you are able to find Flora. Callie, you are able to find Skywar. And Cronus, you can kind of see your after kind of getting this higher perspective, you can see all your kind of comrades around, except for Salim. He seems to have disappeared from your view, but you see everyone else. Everyone is now finally starting to gathering out here on the deck, and a lot of the thralls are kind of standing around the edges of the room. They're not even looking really up at Karai. They just kind of seem mindlessly standing there. Karai stands on the upper level. Her kind of presence is kind of commanding and intimidating as she just kind of gazes down at everyone. You also see kind of in the background dragons and worms seem to be perched on the upper level, looking down, looking over the prisoners in the crowd with menacing kind of looks, eyes glowing with light, and they seem to be of very keen interest, the people that they're looking at down below. Bryce kind of speaks up loudly through this contraption that kind of magnifies the sound of her voice as she starts to address the assembly. And she shouts out, "Listen well, all of you. Garuda is upon us, and I will not tolerate any disobedience or failure. Guard duty will be stricter, and any form of insubordination will be met with severe consequences. Captain Thorne is organizing an extra assault down to the land below to double the efforts to try to find Karuda and bring them here to face my judgment. Remember, those of you who have maintained yourself are only allowed to because you have proven intelligent enough to serve your various duties. But remember this, and you'll see her kind of reach down to her wayside, and you see something kind of hanging off the side of it, like a small scepter, and it's black, and it also has like some green arc lighting or illuminating carvings on the hilt of it. And as she grabs it, you see it kind of glow a little bit to her touch. And she goes, "I hold the leash that could tighten at any moment if you were to get out of line." And as she kind of squeezes the hilt of this thing, I need everyone to give me wisdom saving throws.
No, I'm using inspiration on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Well,
All right, let's see here.
Oh boy. It's a group effort, right? Oh boy.
Hallie
I rolled.
and Skybor. As
Oh, he
these
did
words
that.
are kind of are being echoed across the room, your senses start to fade and dull, and it's almost like you're standing in a fog-filled room and unable to kind of move or control your body. You just stare into the blankness all around you guys. For now, you guys do not have any perception to what's going on around you. As we go back to the rest of the group, you all will be listening to the words that Karai says as you kind of see the dragon's worms above her letting out growls and roars, almost to emphasize the point she's making. And she calls out, "Victory is close at hand, and once we have everything that we need, um, our hosts may be gracious enough to let some of you go back to your lands, or maybe promote you to other bigger and better things within the Forgotten Empire." And she turns around at this point and turns around and starts to walk off the balcony and back to wherever she has come from. Uh, Lorda, Salim, Cronus, you all see several citizens that were once lucid and fully aware of what seemed to be their surroundings are now just kind of mindlessly staring off in the distance and just kind of drooling in very similar state as the other catatonic dragons. It's a large number of the prisoners that are aboard the ship, with only a small percentage of them actually seeming to keep their wits. You look over, you caught eye of wherever all your friends were before. You'll notice that Callie and it was Callie and Skybor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Callie and Skybor. They're walking mindlessly like the other Thrall prisoners, and they are walking towards. They're all starting to walk towards the lower level. So you will also notice that there are some guards that are noticing this and looking at two fellow guardsmen walking kind of mindlessly in this procession.
Oh fuck.
What do you guys do?
Oh, how do we do this? Lorna's gonna cast Sending to Sleem. We have a problem. Callie and Skybor drugged.
Well, technically, you don't see this, Lorna. You see, Curtis sees this because
Cronus.
he saw
Okay,
all
sorry.
he saw
Yep.
all of you. He's kind of up
Never
above
mind.
watching you all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not really in a position to go help them.
Sure, but you see your other friends. Like you could go find Lorna. You can go follow them, or it's whatever you want to do. If you don't want to do anything, Curtis, that's perfectly fine. And then I'll kind of go to Lorna, and then we'll do a perception check to see when you finally catch one of this. Then Lorna.
Um, you said they're heading away.
Yeah, they seem to be following the procession of prisoners back down to the prison cells.
I'm gonna just watch where they're going, and then once it seems to calm down a little bit, then I will head towards Lorna. Still invisible.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Lorna. Let's see if you notice or you see your friends. Oh well, Lorna, you will notice that your sister is impacted by this. So,
Is
Flora is all. Yeah, you see kind of Flora also kind of mindlessly staring off in the distance and walking towards the way they all came. Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check. I'll see if you see anything about the others too.
22.
You don't see anything immediately. But as you kind of see Flora walk away, you know, she's not holding your hand or anything. She's just following the other prisoners. She's just kind of mindlessly shuffling her feet back towards the prison cells. Do you do anything immediately when she starts doing that at first? Slane, go ahead and give me a perception check too, if you don't mind.
She's going to act like she's escorting them down.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. You start following and escorting them down as the prisoners kind of fall into formation and a little bit more organized. You are going to see with that perception check earlier that it seems like Callie and Skybor are also in this procession. The only issue is that you're noticing other guards are looking in that direction and trying to make out whether or not they're also escorting or if they are actually like mindlessly following the prisoners. But it's starting to get a little attention by a few people.
Lorna's going to go and walk beside them and kind of like look like she's beside them and kind of covering not covering them from the perspective, but covering them from like the view of others. Like, I'm guarding too, I'm big. Rawr, rawr.
Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Are they within 5 feet of me as I walk by?
Or let's do performance.
Either way, that question still stands.
No, these are pretty far away from you guys looking at you.
22.
Oh,
Okay. You engage enough with Callie and Skyvor to throw off the immediate judgments of those that are kind of onlooking of this. Your subtleties have at least convinced outsiders that were, just looking at a quick glance that you guys are discussing and all, just part of watching what's going on. They kind of just dismiss it. Slim, you do not make out what's going on, but you see the numbers of all the different prisoners and thralls start to dwindle. By time Lorna and the others reach the kind of the steps, you're going to finally see some of your comrades walking back to the lower levels. Cronus, you're still on top of the roofs. What would you two like to do?
I had a 13 because I get a 10 plus the 3. So does that change my perception?
You have a 13?
Yeah.
You can just see them a little bit sooner. They're not all the way to the stairs, so you just see them kind of wandering off, and you'll see that Lorna is talking to Callie and Skyvor, or trying to interact with them to some level off in the distance.
And how far are they?
At this point, they're probably 200 feet away from you.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to stay where I'm at. Stay hidden.
Okay.
Because she's got them, right?
Presumably. Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Curtis, what are you doing, sir?
Noticing Lorna is heading there with them. I'm going to stay right here and keep an eye on Oh shit, my mind just went blank. Oh, Shredder's daughter.
Cry.
Yes. For whatever reason, I was like, it starts with an A. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna stay where I'm at and just keep watching her until she goes out of sight.
Gotcha. She doesn't linger too horribly much longer. She seems to walk away, but you will see the glimpse of Nidell for your first time as you see this white tiefling with horns that kind of curl around his head and these white bat wings that kind of are on his back as he turns to walk away with Karai off in the distance. Do you still hang out there while at this point all the others have finally made it back to the lower levels? Lorna, you, Callie, and Skywar will be going back to the same prison cells, but Callie and Skywar seem like they are walking into one of the cells with several other thralls, and it seems the once prison cell full of the others like Fiora, or I'm sorry, Leora, floor and on them has dwindled much smaller as your sister starts to walk to one of the other cells with thralls in it, Lorna as well. What do you guys do? Or what do you do, Lorna?
So she's going to try and be semi-subtle about this. So, first question: are there guards around them right now?
Oh, there's guards about placed throughout the ever so many yards, throughout the lower level.
Cool. Secondly, if she gently like loops arms with Callie, does she resist?
No,
Okay.
she doesn't really grip back. She just her arms are kind of limp at her side. So
Okay. Can I like kind of like it's hard to describe what I'm trying and picturing is I'm grabbing one hand in each of their hands. It's like one on either
okay,
side of me. And I'm kind of twisting my arm in front of theirs to have control of them
okay,
in a sense. So that
yeah,
I can kind of turn my body and they turn with me.
they do kind of
Okay.
mindlessly. Their feet kind of shuffle and they adjust to the new direction you're walking.
So
Um,
with that, I'm going to continue our walk toward the cages, but once we
okay,
get to the door, I'm going to turn like we're standing guard at the door and not let go of them.
okay. They kind of stand with you, mindlessly looking off in the distance. There's nothing really covering their face right now, if I'm not mistaken. So, if a
Then,
guard were to inspect closer, they
yeah.
probably would ask questions.
So, kind of
I
like.
have a monocle on.
Monocle.
The freaking
That's
scouter thing.
that's gonna get them extra suspicious. That's not standard issued.
Nope, nope. Me and her have bad vision, that's it. Um, but kind of like taking that into account, we're gonna like stand here for a little bit, let some people go by, and then she's gonna turn. So it's like we are a line that's forcing people to go past us into the cage, like we're ushering them in. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Or do you guys go to stand by the cell that Leora is put in, or you go to stand by the cell that Flora is put in?
Oh, motherfucker. Why
Uh-huh.
do you make me make this decision?
I'm a zombie. Have fun.
I'm
It's
a zombie.
it's Flora. Laura's gonna be selfish at this point.
Okay,
Laura at
fair
least
enough.
has something that she can communicate with. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Literally a captive to this ride.
All right. Lorna, you stay. You're probably in you stand with on guard outside the cell of Flora. All your company is kind of in a thrall-like state. Is there anything you want to do until something else changes, such as either someone else in your party arrives or something in your environment changes?
She is just keeping watch, making sure that the guards don't notice them as much. Um, and she will whisper into the monocle, being like, Salim, I need you to find Cronus and hurry the fuck up down here. I have it handled for now, but please help.
Salim, you
Fuck is
hear that come
Skyborn?
through?
Do I see Cronus anywhere?
You do not. He's invisible.
Ooh.
Oh. Alright. I come out and cross the open area and head towards the bottom level, the prison, the cells.
Okay.
And since I'm short, I hope that Cronus will see me.
Okay. You'll start to notice him moving that way to the lower level Cronus. If you're still where you were at before, you're gonna notice a smaller stature soldier is moving towards the lower level prison yard floors.
You're too small to be a stormtrooper.
What do you do, Cronus?
At that point, I would hop down and follow Salim, but I will stay invisible.
It's about an hour after like the speech and going down and getting getting Skyborn and Callie situated, and you guys finally going off after them. So all five of you really are kind of regrouped and together. Callie, can I get a wisdom saving throw from Callie and from Skywar? All right. It's still kind of in a thrall-like state as they kind of still stand, kind of drooling at the mouth next to you, Lorna. As you guys all regroup. So this is a conversation between Salim and Cronus and yourself. I have to go real quick for just a minute, make sure these kids are heading up. But go ahead and start discussing, and I'll come back for a recap. Be right
Yeah.
back.
Guys, I think we need to get them to bed. They seem to have drunk too much. Right?
Actually, you have alcohol?
Always. I kind of can't let go of them. You can reach into my bag. She has the barrel of booze.
What if we force them to drink alcohol and some drow poison?
Okay, I'm questioning it, but let's see where this is going.
It'll knock them out, potentially.
Uh-huh.
And then we can just say that we found them passed out after their shift. And we can actually just carry them around like we're taking them somewhere.
You're not wrong. But
There's so many words for this plan, but I'm a zombie.
yes. No takis for you. We have better things for that.
So, do you have a description of your bag of holding?
Yes.
If you're asking, can I shove somebody into a bag of holding? Yes, we've already gone through this.
The answer is
can?
yes. However, Callie's a little big to fit through the opening, but she can. Also, we're gonna wake up at some point,
Yeah. So I think
But the
and we
bag
can't
of
be in there
holding,
indefinitely.
right? But you have 10 minutes of air, correct?
Yes.
But isn't the bag of holding an alternate dimension? And would that
Yes.
break the control?
Oh.
Oh. It's worth
So
it
you
to try
stuff them, yeah, stuff the shorter one in,
Yep.
close it up.
Yep.
They have 10 minutes of air. Give it 8 minutes, open it up, and bring them out and see if it broke the control.
I'd be
So
more
you're gonna make them
comfortable with
panic. You're gonna make them panic.
It's not like Skyward doesn't
Okay,
already have
so-
enough trauma.
Idea then. Let's do something different, slightly different, but the same idea. Let's send Skybor and you in, Salim, so you can see if it breaks the mind control. Right? If it doesn't,
I lost you when you said let's do something different, and then
Okay.
it all.
perfect. Let's do something different. Let's send Skybor and you into the bag for a minute. If it breaks it, perfect. Both of you come out. If it doesn't break it, then we go with plan B, which is, don't you have sleeping powder bombs? Because I'm pretty sure we had a bunch of bombs that you took.
I'm back, but don't let me interrupt.
At least has one.
I think we lost Salim.
Oh no, what happened?
Yeah. Damn it, I was talking right to him. Oh, there you go. Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did I
I
lose
think
you?
what it is the bandwidth, because my wife's in
Uh.
there watching Netflix and she's on her phone, and so I think that's sucking up my bandwidth.
Yeah.
So I can hear my computer laboring. You know how you hear
fun.
that?
I mean, you can
So,
always exit roll 20. You don't need it right now.
Yeah.
TLDR, we're making a plan to wake them up. Idea is that we shove Skybor and Salim in the bag of holding because it's a different dimension. So it might cut that mind control, and we're going to test it. We're only going to
Okay.
leave them in there for a minute. If not, Salim, do you have those sleep powder bags?
Yes, I do.
Then we'll go with plan B and add some alcohol into their probably on their clothes, let's be honest, and make them look like they're drunk and put them to sleep instead of drow poison that might, really actually adversely affect them.
I mean, drow poison just puts them to sleep.
But also damage.
No.
Uh-huh. Or drow poison. Either way, let's see how it goes. Does that work, Salim?
That works.
Okay. Cronus, you take Skybor. I'll take Callie. We're gonna
We'll need to
walk
do this
off.
out of sight. Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna walk off to a corridor, like we're headed off duty, blah blah blah, find a secret corridor and do this. Yes?
Sounds good.
Okay.
So what are you doing first?
We'll put Salim in the bag first.
Okay.
First, we're gonna walk,
Oh, yes.
lead the other two to a corridor somewhere that's abandoned,
Okay.
that's not used.
Very
Then we'll
well.
set the bag down. I'll step into it, and then Skybor, they'll lead him over and step into it. Then I guess they lift the bag up around us.
Yep.
Okay.
So why is Slim going into it?
To see if it wakes him up, see if it affects him.
Who up? Skywar?
Yes.
Skybor.
Because it's a separate dimension.
It's a separate dimension. We're thinking that it'll break the control.
We
Okay.
don't know. Which is why we're testing.
And we have
Science.
10 minutes of air. So that, I guess that's 5 minutes since there's 2 of us.
Well, we're only going to go for a minute.
A minute, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You jump into the bag of holding, and for the first 30 seconds, nothing, and then eventually, Skyward will eventually start blinking and seems to have come to a little bit.
Okay. Another 30 seconds go by, and Lorna reaches her hand in and thinks of Skybore and grabs the scruff of whatever she can get and pulls him out.
All right.
We're leaving Salim in there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse
Oh, yeah.
me.
She just like swats his hand away. No, she'll
You-
grab Salim after, but
You both are back into the world, breathing fresh air, Salim and Skyward.
and does Skybore stay away?
I know I hate small spaces.
Really?
For the moment, he looks like he is kind of confused as what has happened. It's kind of like he's woken up from a dream, and there's kind of things around when he kind of went into his trance have kind of faded and disappeared. But he's now aware. Sorry, one second, I'm getting a phone call.
All good. Okay, Callie, your turn.
Pretty sure you get a blank stare straight forward.
Yup. Good job. It's better than drinking drat poison.
All right, back. Sorry about that.
And I promise not to make any jokes about getting Callie into the sack.
Oh, God.
So I assume you repeat the process with Callie,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
you guys are all kind of, you have your senses about you. Again, similar fashion, Callie. You're not really sure what happened when you disappeared. You just remember listening to Karai, and that's about the last thing you remember is Karai speaking.
Okay, first off, how'd I get down here? Second of all, not how I pictured getting in the sack with a couple of you, but hey, it happened.
With a couple of us? What?
You pulled me out. That was Salim that came out after me.
Yep.
Literal couple, too. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
You also do remember what goddess I said, right?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Karai happened, and her mind control staff. Yeah,
How similar to the dragons?
very.
Huh. So, fun fact, it's another step off the plan. She does have something.
Yes. Noted.
Salim, you think you could
And if I remember correctly,
take it off of her?
it was connected to her belt, right? She reached down
Yeah.
and lifted it up.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to take her pants off, but like,
But it's not. The point is, it's with her. It's not hidden anywhere.
Yeah.
yeah. So like, you could nick it, right?
Oh yeah. You could.
Yeah, I even have. What's it called? Gotta find it. Mage Hand Ledgermane. I can cast Mage Hand and make it invisible.
Ooh. That is
I can retrieve-
convenient.
Retrieve an object from another creature. I have to succeed on a check,
Okay.
but it's 30 feet.
I mean, if we distract her, you get up beside her and
Yep.
take that before, you know?
Yep.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
So we don't need to visit that thing while she's gone. visit the aviary
Aviary,
while
yeah.
she's gone. We need to have her there if we want any chance of getting this artifact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have any of you all looked at the cells behind us now?
No.
They're full of zombies.
Mm-hmm. That's a problem, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we can just shove all of them in the bag.
No. Fuck.
Well, you would want to do your sister that way at least, right?
Yeah. But I don't
And
know
I
what good it's
don't
going
have
to
enough
do.
magic to probably end all of this.
No.
Who has the earring with Leora?
Skype.
Travel.
Leora will probably be trying to get your attention. Or getting Skywar's attention then.
And he says, I told you not to call me while I'm working.
But it seems like Leora has something to say to you guys. But she relays it through Skywar, and Skywar says in his best Skywar voice that this is pretty bad. This is the most thralls they've kind of made at one time. It should wear off on some of them a few hours, but Rye doesn't seem like she's messing around with us.
Okay. I mean, we have to wait a few hours anyways. We're going to try and long rest. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the plan is now.
Did you stash all the weapons and bombs before Karai's little speech? Skywar's relaying all these questions.
Oh, I forgot about the bombs. If you'll allow me to retcon, I would have hidden the bombs.
I assumed you were doing
Okay.
bombs with the bundles.
Okay. I think I did note it somewhere. No, I did not.
Yeah, go ahead and update your sheets that you're out of bombs, but
Perfect.
She didn't hide the bombs with the weapons, right?
no, but I'm assuming while you're stashing things you put
Yeah.
I understand what you guys were trying to do. Or at least that's what you guys said you were doing, so I just assumed.
Yep.
Okay, so what would you guys like to do? Just start resting, or do you want to discuss your current plans for tomorrow?
I think this is my idea. We try to long rest as much as we can. We'll still keep watches. And then it's going to turn into chaos in the morning, I think, and we set the prisoners free while we go and attack Karai. Like, I don't know. Or we go and distract Karai.
I
Right?
think they were already sort of distracted. I think we need to do that part.
I mean, more so distract so then Celine can get the staff. Or the artifact.
Oh, sure. Get her to fight
Yeah.
us and not use that thing? Probably.
Yeah, exactly. So it's more of a, do we get her to try and find us, or do we go out in the open and be like, sup bitch, we're actually here and you sent people off. Haha, fuck you. And then he's already sneaking up behind and getting it before she can do anything. Or is it a, we set off bombs and she comes looking? Or she might not even come looking. She's like, I have guards for this.
I feel like if we go to distract her by telling her we're here,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna fight the tiefling that's with her as well that I saw.
Yeah.
So then how do we get rid of
It's
him?
probably best if we ambush her.
True. So we go up to the aviary and ambush her there. But the dragon's also going to be there too, probably.
I have two potential ideas. One, I do have this spell that will at least make it harder for her to control us. And
Okay.
a lot of other shit. It does take a while, though. Like a bit to cast, and then we have to eat a bunch of breakfast.
Yeah. That sounds like a great fucking morning to me.
Yeah, I can only really do this once. I don't have components for another one.
Then whatever we do, it has to be tomorrow.
Yeah, about that. So, you remember the one time I had the prayer before we, like, shut down the portals and gave us a couple of things?
Mm-hmm.
I can always ask for help. Whether it works or not, each day I don't know.
I mean,
There's a potential chance I could at least end the zombification on the prisoners.
I think that would help.
Don't know if it'll work.
It's worth trying.
Alright. Skyward, I'm gonna, or not Skyward, Silent, I'm gonna try Divine Intervention.
Alright. You put that out there,
Just-
what do you roll again?
At percentile dice, if it's under the 14, it'll work. If not, it does not.
Go ahead. And
Oh.
Nope. I can try tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, that was worth a shot. Okay, it cracks an eye open.
alright, so you all go to the guards' quarters, I assume, to take your long rest then?
I don't know where else we could go. So you
I
said
mean,
it's
going up to
like
the ship would be suspicious.
very. You said it was like kind of a town-ish looking.
The lower level, or the middle level is, the lower level is all prison cells and interrogation cells, stuff like that. But the lower level has armories, blacksmiths, shops, places to get food, barkeeps for those that are off duty, that kind of stuff. It's basically a bustling city on this fortress.
So, does that barkeep also happen to be an inn?
No, there wouldn't be any ends here on this ship. I mean,
Yeah.
there's really soldiers and prisoners, and there's plenty of barracks and rooms for them.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find the most out of the way barracks. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Skywar will relay from Leora, though, asking, so what is the plan for tomorrow? When are we supposed to jump into action? Is there going to be a sign or anything to let us know when you're ready for us to act?
I mean, we can probably just have to Skyward tell her to go, go, go.
Yeah, because they'll probably. Lorna will ask him to confirm with her that they'll probably be put on work duty tomorrow, right? So they'll be out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's a Skyward will let you know when it's time to go. And then you be the leader that you are and call out time to go and do that stuff. And set off bombs. That might also be a good way to get attention.
Okay. She'll wait for your signal tomorrow then. You guys are able to find a barracks that's not as crowded as some of the other places. It will require you have to go up to the middle level though to find something a little bit more out of the way. Looks like there's some open beds, seemingly because the crew has been starting to put together to go down to the surface by Captain Thorne. Actually, the barracks you are heading to will be just kind of recently cleared out by Captain Thorne, and you're going to see Captain Thorne starting to escort some of the men out of the barracks that you guys are heading to. Do you guys approach them? I'll go ahead and put them on the screen. Or do you guys wait for them to clear out before approaching the barracks? Let me get that on here.
How many guards are around?
About 20.
Maybe not pick this fight.
Yeah, no. Let's not, because that's not part of her plan.
They pass by, and eventually, you guys kind of stay out of view, and you guys do find a fairly empty barracks with only a few soldiers remaining. They all kind of look at you guys oddly when you enter. That you just came in when the others just left. But it looks like they kind of go back to their own conversations and not really engage with you for now. Is there any other preparations you guys want to make before going to sleep?
We'll do rounds, watches.
Okay. All right. I assume it's. We'll just go ahead. We don't have to do initiative order, but as you each take an hour or two to make it through the night uninterrupted and keep a watchful eye, you'll see that there are some that. Oh, okay, good. Skyforce, okay.
Good.
Lost me lose my train of thought though. Where was I? Oh my God, I forgot. Where were we?
Just doing watches.
Oh, doing watches. Okay. So over the night, you're going to see some guards come and go in the barracks. It looks like some of them go on to different shifts. At some point in the night, you do realize that everyone that's in the barracks is sound asleep and getting as much rest as possible as it starts to get to the earlier hours. And eventually, though, it starts to get to a little bit of daybreak, and you see light coming into the cabin. You all do or into the barracks. You do complete a long rest, all of you. That said, Callie and Skyward, you guys are kind of struggling with some of the effects of that mind control still lingering on you. Got complete control of your senses and stuff, but you have disadvantage on skill checks and ability checks for today. And that is gonna be it for the morning time. Would you guys like to keep going for a little bit, or do you think I kind of feel like this is a good stopping point? I'm fine with going for a little bit longer if you guys want to start acting out some of your plan, but I don't know if things are gonna start going fast once we get started. But I'm fine with either way.
Did we want to do the prep work?
Yeah, let's go
just
ahead
the
and keep going.
breakfast, maybe. Just the breakfast. Right?
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
Yeah. Is there anyone else in this now bunker without or bunk house?
It seems
Are
like
we the
there's
only
a
ones in
few.
here now?
Not really. There's a few guards that kind of come and go. There's always seems to be at least a few, 2 or 3 people in there. Or maybe like a small. How much time do you need exactly, Callie? There might be a small enough window.
No, it's a 10-minute casting time.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of waiting, but after about an hour or two, you do finally get your 10-minute window to prepare the spell.
Yeah, so I will cast. Let's see if it'll put the wording on here for me. Oh, it does! That. And yes, I do have the component. I made sure I did.
All right. That does get consumed. Okay, yeah, the spell consumes. Okay.
Yeah, before we ever left the god's place, basically, I had one of those.
With that, I'm gonna give you and Skybor another wisdom saving throw after you guys eat that, just to see if you guys have shaken off the effects of of the spell last night, or the mind control.
Sure. We do it at advantage.
Okay. You guys are not under the effects of lingering effects of the spell from last night, so you are not making ability or skill checks today with disadvantage. It's just normal.
Huzzah!
So everybody, you are cured of all disease and poisons if you have any. You're also immune to poison, which I think Cronus already was. You are also immune to being frightened.
Woo!
Good with dragons. All wisdom saves are made at advantage. You also gain 2d10 maximum hit points,
Ooh.
and you also gain those same number of hit points until this is over, which is in 24 hours from now.
Okay. Are you going to roll for the 2d10 so we know the standard?
Sure. 18.
Oh boy!
Damn.
Fuck yes.
I was really hoping for a 2.
Plus 18 max HP.
And you get the same to your actual hit points as well.
Yes. I'm just making a really large note on Discord and pinning it so
Yeah.
we don't forget that.
Good idea.
Yeah. 220. Alrighty.
All right. You guys have a great meal, and you guys are well rested. This morning, what would you guys like to? What's your first order of business, or what are you guys wanting to do first?
I don't think we actually need to do like that much more. Maybe check in with
The prisoners.
prisoners and
Sure.
Stop, child.
By the time you get out of the barracks and found time to cast this feast and everything, the prisoners will already be put to work as you guys kind of go to the lower or the middle level deck outside the barracks. You'll see several of them working, and you'll see several of them are no longer in a thrall state. Several seem like they are nursing a really bad hangover or the ill effects of being under such a strong control for a decent duration. But it seems like it's not nearly the numbers of the night before. But still noticeably less lucid prisoners. So definitely some were impacted by it last night for long term. You guys find Leora and the others kind of doing what they're doing. They seem to be in good shape, and you'll find your sister also working with Leora and seem to be has her wits about her again, Lorna.
Oh, good. Lorna just kind of walks by with a nod, just acknowledging that, you know, she's there. She's still blonde.
Okay. Leora will, for just a moment, her eyes kind of will connect, but she'll go right back to her work, you know, acknowledging that she's seen you. You guys want to start heading up to the upper level?
Are we doing it, you guys?
I mean, do we want the hawk to scout see if she's up there first, or are we just gonna go in guns
Yes.
blazing?
Good idea. Scout first.
Sure. The Hawk takes off. The Hawk will notice that a few airships are gone, but the Hawk will also notice that there's a fewer, or not as many guards on the various posts around the upper level deck. It seems like several of the troops that were sent down to the surface. There's still definitely a guard presence enough to kind of keep the thralled prisoners at bay, but not. Definitely the number has gone down by your estimates, at least 50 to 100 soldiers that have descended down to the surface. as the hawk approaches the aviary where Karai and Nidale have been found before, you'll see that she's in there, just seemingly discussing something with Nidale. They're kind of speaking in hushed tones, but you hear every once in a while words that seem to have some agitation and curtness to them, but nothing too out loud and boisterous as the last time he flew through this aviary. What would you guys like to do?
Is it possible? Because we know that there's probably an entrance to the dragon's lair, right? Because we heard that somewhere.
Yes.
Could we have the hawk go and check if the dragon's there?
Let me, you know what, since you're there, I guess I could give you a view of the aviary too.
Ooh.
I don't have tokens on there yet, but let me do this actually.
Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't find something with like deep holes of caverns and a catwalk floor, so I had to put these circles on there. But there is that. Oh, you know what? I'll go ahead and give you pictures of Karai as well. Token and Nidale. As you guys saw them the night before.
Aw, shit.
Come on, shrink. Try to some less stuff on your screen. Okay. There you go. I hope you can see that. So, anyways, so that's kind of a look over the aviary, center of the aviary. This is off centered. What did I do? I'll fix that later. But yeah, you get a good overview of what it looks like. These holes are lead to those cavernous tunnel, that large cavernous tunnel that goes back into the underside of this flying fortress, and that seems to be the thing that was being described to you before. You asked me a specific question. I feel like, did I answer that or?
No. The dragon's lair. Like,
Sure.
can the hawk see it?
He
Like,
sees
'cause
the
I-
cavernous tunnel that leads down to it.
Okay.
So these holes are openings in like catwalks. Essentially, this is like a catwalk leading to a center hovering platform, and on the sides of the catwalk is just this cavernous opening leading down to the layer of Igneel. It
Do
kind of
we-
winds, turns a little bit, so you don't see a direct line of sight, but it definitely is.
What do we think, guys? Should we have the hawk try and go down?
No.
Like, I feel like
No.
it's going to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But didn't you say there was also an exterior? Well, there was potentially an exterior entrance.
This is all open air. Like your hawk could easily fly out the
Okay.
ceiling, and out there's like various openings. In fact, the hawk is seeing some dragons resting and and brooding up on the upper portions of this tower. It seems like this is a popular place for some of these dragons to kind of catch some Z's before going back on patrol.
That's great. No, we'll leave it. As much as I want to know if the dragon's down there, like, it's too
You
dangerous.
don't see any massive red dragon that you would expect around Karai at this time.
No, but it might be just in its lair existing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm good for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys,
Until next week.
you guys want to pause here, and we'll pick up here where you guys start going up to the next level. Or is there anything else you guys want to do before you go to the next level, like preparation wise?
I
I've-
can't think.
I've done all of my prep that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. And then you just need to let me know when you want to give the signal for the prisoners to
Mm-hmm.
start breaking free and messing shit up.
Yep.
So we'll start there. You want to do that now, or do you want to do that when we get back?
No. When we start things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I mean, I know we could keep going, but I just feel like this is where it's going to start going,
Haywire.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get going quick. Things are going to start unrolling or unraveling fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So, it's a shame that Skyward wasn't able to join us today, but it sounds like he's doing okay. So he'll rejoin us next week. And yeah, I hope you guys had a fun session.
Yeah. Thank you.